Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Tiana Woods, aka Favorite Auntie, and today I'm going to be telling you guys 25 things that I've learned in honor of my 25th birthday. Yes, your girl is finally 25 years of age. It's quarter to a century. Is that what they say it is? Well, yeah, your girl pushing 30 in the next 5 years, and honestly, I feel like I should share these things with y'all. Like, you know, we could all learn from my experience. I can learn from y'all, you can learn from me, and I want to share it with you guys because I feel like without experience, how can you learn? So we're gonna hop right into the video. Do I want to list it as numbers? I'm just gonna talk. I don't feel like listening as numbers. Just keep up with your girl, okay? So people love differently, okay? Just because they love differently doesn't mean that they don't love you. However, you do get to pick and choose how you want to be loved. Like, literally, you get to pick and choose, because you have to understand that everybody's love language is different. And if someone has a love language that you don't agree with, or like that's not your love language, it's okay to not want to be with them because they don't get how to love you, and that's okay. It's up to you if you want to choose to have them love you in that way, or if you're not going to accept it for yourself. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. It doesn't mean that they don't love you, but however, you can have the love that you want. You can have that. You just have to continue to look for it and manifest for it, or just wait for it to come to you. But you don't have to accept the type of love that somebody else gives you if that's not what you want. And I feel like I didn't have that. Like, I didn't know that really well until I found myself in a situation where I was like, girl, this is not the type of love that you want. It's not the type of love that you need. And I found myself in that predicament twice. So, like, literally, I feel like I was kind of settling in both settings for it. But it was just like, that's not what I want. It's not really what I want. I want something more genuine, you know? And yeah, and that's okay. You are in your own world. You dictate what happens in your life. You are the main character. You're the only person that matters in your life. Everybody else are like pieces, and they just add to it. But at the end of the day, whatever you say goes. And if you don't want something, you don't want something. But you navigate your own life, and only you can take that from you. Only you can change certain things in your life. You can say yes, no, to heck, maybe. It's up to you at the end of the day. Don't let people pick and choose things for you. Choose for yourself. You are not your thoughts, okay? You are not your thoughts. You are your actions. Whatever you think in your head that you think maybe that you can't accomplish, those are all thoughts. Those are all thoughts. Do not let your thoughts process and take over your actions. They're just thoughts that are in your head. Half of the times, they're just wondering. You talk to yourself, but instead of talking the negative things, talk some positive things into your mind. That way, the positive things can match your actions. People are going to define you by your actions, not by your thoughts. Because at the end of the day, you were the only one in your head. So please remember that. I was reading the book Unfuck Yourself, and I remember seeing a lot in that, like, you are not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. And I can tell you time and time again, I've always thought negativity in myself, and I've always spoke negative things into myself, and it was just like something that I always did. Like, I don't know why, but I think it's just like something that, you know, self-sabotage just happens, and that's what you do. But learning now, like, I can't speak like that to myself anymore. I have to speak very positive to myself in order for positive things to happen in my life. People who judge you sometimes wish that they can do what you do. Like, literally, I've had people before like be like, oh, why would you do that hairstyle? Why would you just wear it? But low-key, I'm just like, okay, you know that you can't pull it off, so you kind of being a little mad that I'm doing it because you know that you can't do it. And a lot of people do that. Never underestimate the people who sit there and be like, oh, she thinks she all that, she thinks she this, why would she do that, why would she do that? Those people literally envy you and want to do what you do so well. They want to do you, they want to be you, they want to mimic those things, but they can't do it because it doesn't fit for them. Like, it just is what it is. And those people are crazy. They're crazy. They're crazy. But in order for them to feel how they feel, they want rather belittle you and make you feel smaller, or hate on what you're doing because they can't do it for themselves. Luxury. Luxury is whatever you want it to be. And I'm tired of people feeling like luxury is like bags and shoes. No, luxury is whatever you want it to be. Luxury can be you wanted to go buy 5 books, 5 new books for the month, and read through them. If that's what makes you feel good, that makes you feel like you're in your soft girl era, go ahead and do that. If you want to get your nose, wow, but people do that too. But if you want to get your nails done, your toes, your eyebrows done every 2 weeks, if that's a luxury for you, go and do that. Luxury does not have to be materialistic things. It could just be things that make you feel good, things that you pour into yourself, where self-care is very, very much needed. And sometimes as individuals, we do need those things. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. For my birthday, I got my nails done, but I did a basic set. But today, your girl went all out. $60. I felt like a bad bitch because I'm going out to the club this week. So yes, I wanted to get my nails done. I wanted to purchase some new makeup. I did that last week. I bought some new makeup. Like, you know, you take the steps out to do what is nice for you, what's lux for you. And sometimes shit, if me buying a $60 foundation is luxury to me, but baby, that's luxury to me because $60 for a foundation is crazy. But if I wanted to do that, I did that. That's up to me. That's what I like. That's what I want to do. So never let people make you feel like luxury is having a YSL bag. No, it's not. Oh, it's not just that. It's more to it. Okay, it's whatever you want it to be. It's what you want it to be. If you find yourself in an on again, off again situationship, friends with benefits, they don't like you enough to commit. Leave. I'm telling you this now. They don't like you enough to commit. Just leave. And another thing that we do as people, which I did a lot too, is like, you're with them for the potential of them changing, for the potential of who they can be, of the potential of who you want them to be. You built in this head that they're this awesome person, but 9 times out of 10 they've showed you that they ain't shit. They don't care for you in certain ways that you care for them. And you just have to love yourself enough to get up and leave. I wish I loved myself enough to get up and leave instead of constantly thinking that the person would change. I just wish that I knew that before. But I'm not gonna lie to you, it takes us having to go through those situations to learn from them, to never look back and say, I'm gonna do that again. Once you can visualize and you see the same actions, you see the same words again as someone else who's doing the same thing that you did before with someone, you could just say, okay, no, this is not for me. I don't want it. This is stoic. I don't need it in my life, and I'm gonna just walk away. And that's it. You just walk away. It's easier said than done, because like when you're in that situation, you just really want them to change for you, but they can't change for you. They have to change for themselves. And that goes with dating for potential of a man finding his way into his masculine energy. And that goes with a man actually having the capability to be loyal, to be a man of his words, to be a man of integrity. It takes time for that. And sometimes you got to be the lesson, and that's what you got to live with going forward in life. Okay, the first heartbreak is gonna feel like shit. The first heartbreak is gonna hurt you so bad, girl. I wish I could sit here and lie to you and be like, nah, you ain't gotta go through that. You're gonna go through a heartbreak. I lost 15 pounds. You're gonna go through a heartbreak. It be real bad. Like, I remember I wasn't eating. I drank like 2 bottles of wine one night. It get real bad. Crying my eyes out. Like, just crying. It get bad. It get bad. Sometimes it's like, oh girl, it get real bad. Like, I wish I could save y'all and be like, no, don't go through it. But unfortunately gonna have to go through it. But don't let it consume you. Let it teach you something. Let it just like pinpoint the things that you don't want in your next partner. Let it like allow yourself to feel the feelings. Don't run away from them, because the more that you run away from them, the worse it's gonna get, because you don't allow yourself to sit there and grieve and get over it. It takes time. Just turn to God and talk to him about it. I'm telling y'all this now. I wish I had took the proper steps because I wasted so much time not taking the proper steps. Like, if you don't take the proper steps, baby, you're not gonna get better. So take it from your favorite auntie. Do the proper steps to make yourself feel better, because at the end of the day, you're only gonna hurt yourself by going and moving on so quick that you didn't even process what happened, that you didn't allow yourself to sit in the feelings and emotions and be like, oh fuck. So I highly recommend that, because once you do it, it's like, all right, I felt this way before. This is it. I'm over it. It may hit me a different day, but it's not gonna hit me as bad as it did this day. And you just call it a day. Like, literally, that's all you gotta do. We're in this thing called life for a reason. That's how life operates. Okay, next one. Your parents did their best to raise you, okay? They did the best of what they could. Now, if you have some type of trauma from your upbringing with your parents, and you're a grown ass person, This is the time for you. The time for you to get up and say, all right, I got these issues. Well, let me try to fix them. For example, with me, I'm controlling, I'm bossy. I ain't gonna lie, when I'm in a relationship, especially if I feel like I'm dominant, like I'm really just a bossy, I'm controlling. If it's not my way, it's the highway. And I low-key don't like that about myself. Like, I really feel like I don't like that, because I feel like I don't get to be my feminine energy. I don't like that. And I'm trying to find ways to change it, but it's really hard. But I'm trying to find ways to change it and tweak it so I could be a little bit more softer. But sometimes it's like, I don't want to be too soft, because now I feel like you finna play with me. And I hate that, because I don't want to be doing that going forward. But I know how that comes about. I watch my mom. My mom is my grandmother is like, I know I have strong masculine women in my family. Like, I know, I see how we talk to each other, so I know that's where I know that's how I grew up. I was brought up on that, where like, I don't like that, and I want to change it. I really do, but it's gonna take time. And that's the first step, admitting it. Okay, admitting it. But you could admit it to a therapist too. You could talk to a therapist. If you don't have the funds for a therapist, you can get a journal and jot down whatever you need to write down, and those things can help you along the way. It makes a difference for you to sit there and analyze and realize, okay, this is a problem, I want to change it. I don't know how, but I guess the first step is me really realizing this is how I am. Yeah. Oh my god, I feel like we're going so deep into this conversation, like okay, big age of ours, it is time for us to not become the trauma no more. Take control, change the trauma for our future kids. If you don't want to do that and you want to be stuck in that mindset all your life, baby, it's not going to do nothing but make you miserable. And them kids in the future that you have, if you do have, they're going to resent you. Okay, so now next one. Sex is good, however I do wish that I waited. I lost my virginity at like 17, 16. I was curious. It was out of curiosity. Looking back, I wish I did not give it to that young man, but you know, it is what it is. It happened. It's good, but you can wait a little longer. When you start having sex, you know, it's like, yeah, it's good. It's like a feeling that is just like out of this world. But when you really start to get older and you start looking at the guys that you dealt with, you be like, this is you now? Like, what the why? And then you meet somebody else and you be like, yo, I really wish that you would have been the one that I, you know, but everything else for a reason. So yeah, it's good and all, but wait a little longer. The desire to be with someone who doesn't want you is a form of trauma that you have underlying, okay? You need to figure out why that you're so addicted to a person who doesn't want you. Like, is it the chase? Like, what is it about? Like, is there something that was missing in the childhood that you didn't really know how to operate and navigate? Like, there's certain things that you gotta look internally, like innate, really deep in there, and really sit there and be like, what in the world was I thinking? Like, why did I think that this was okay? It's something within you that you really have to figure out. And for me personally, it was daddy issues. It was always feeling like I wouldn't have the love of a man, if that makes sense. Ew, I'm being vulnerable. But yeah, for me, it was more so of like not being able to feel like I wasn't loved by a man, because like I told you before, my dad really wasn't in my life like that, so it wasn't like I had the love of a father. So it was like low-key, like I craved and yearned for the love of a man. But I don't want the love from just any man. Like, no, honey. No. I'd rather drink fucking rocks. If I could drink a rock, I'd rather drink a rock. I'd rather drink piss. I'm not doing that. Like, no, there's no more settling. I just can't be bothered. Like how I am right now, I'd rather be by myself under a rock. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, coming home nowadays to my dog and letting her bother me and hump my leg feels so much at peace than to be with a man right now. Like, not to be mean, but like those things are literally like what I look forward to now. Like, but yeah, that's how I felt before. The self-worth journey is very lonely. They don't tell you these things. It's lonely, and as lonely as it is, you start to become more content with being lonely. Like, you would be so much better off at some point in time being alone. Like, you don't know how much things are so much fun when you're by yourself. You can just hop in your bed and just lay down and just relax and get some work done, or think further in your career. The same time that you invest in trying to figure out if this guy like you, if this guy wants you, the same time you should be investing in yourself to be at peace and have joy. Because I'm telling you now, you'll have so much peace and joy with being alone. But as human beings, we fear to be alone. I'm not gonna lie, I do fear sometimes, because I don't want to be alone 40 years down the line. I got a man, I got no kid. Like, I be thinking about stuff like that, but it's like, I can't be thinking like that. You gotta have to sit there and be like, it's gonna happen. When it happens, just be positive about it. But yeah, like, sometimes you just be at peace by yourself, and I'm so serious. If you really be at peace by yourself, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, everyone is in debt now. Everyone is in debt now. Pay whatever you can pay. Don't let your credit score get shot, because honey, sometimes you want to buy a house, sometimes you want to buy a car. Make sure you can get those things, but also be able to live for yourself. Fuck them bill collectors. Sometimes you really have to sit there and put yourself first. Sometimes you need to live. You have to live your life. You cannot live your life on edge all the time. You have to live, but also pay attention to your bills and pay them. I'm not saying go buck wild, forget the bills, but make sure you're paying them bills. Show up for the people who show up for you. We're at this age where friends are dropping like flies. You know, people are having kids. People are entrepreneurship. People are traveling. Everybody's changing. Everything's changing. If you have a group of friends that show up for you when you show up for them, and vice versa, keep those friends. And I talk about the good times, the bad times, the low points, the high points. Those people really, 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 really love you. The people who here once in a blue moon, they don't check up on you, they don't show up to any of your events, they don't care about you. I know. Show up for the people who show up for you. It really makes a difference. You really see who's really your friends and who's really just there to be there, or who's low-key praying for your downfall, or who doesn't really support you as much as you think you do. Right, so now once you get a routine going, right? Once you get a routine going, all that negative energy, those bad thoughts, those things that you're thinking, they start to flutter away, and things become more of a priority when you start doing what you need to do for yourself to keep moving. There's 24 hours in a day. I can tell you, old me would lay in my bed all day. Especially when I was younger, I didn't feel like there was nothing for me to really do. I started content creation when I was like 20. I've been doing it for like 4 years, and I was like, oh, I'm just doing it here and there, because it's fun for me, like, here and there, like, you know. But then school started kicking in, and I just started getting lazy. I would go to school, go to work, come home, lay in my bed, think I'm on my free days to plan content, but it wouldn't work out because I would have more work, and I'm like, I gotta get this money. But now when you really like have a schedule, like now on Wednesdays I wake up, I go to the gym, I come home, I get ready to do my content, I plan out my thing for the week, I plan out my thing for the month, and it's so much more easier now. Wednesdays are like my content therapy days. Like, yeah, even though today was bad, but yeah, like literally get a schedule going. Once you get a schedule and a routine going, those negative things start to fly away, and you become a priority within yourself. Learn to be alone. Learn to have self-care. Learning to be alone is a big thing that I think that I did struggle with a little bit. Like I told you before, I was always talking about when I was younger, because I didn't have that fatherly love like that. I have my grandpa, and I'm thankful for the love that my grandfather has given me and still gives me. Like, you know, I'm thankful for that. But when I say it's different from having your dad, and I told my mom one time, I was like, you can't relate. You never had the situation. Like, you had your father. You saw those things. I don't have my dad. I mean, I have him, but I didn't have him like growing up showing me different things. Like, if a guy's trying to play with me, like, I didn't have that. So like, I used to like I used to yearn for it and want to be loved so badly the way that I love people, but that's not it. Like, as cheesy as it sounds, it really wasn't it. But I was just like, I was young, so it was like, this is how I'm thinking. But now, like, do I want to be in love one day? Like, do I want to like have kids and stuff? Yes, of course, but that's on God's time. If it ain't the plan, it's all right. I ain't gonna die no more about it. Like, you know, I'm like, trust in God, it's gonna be all right. Friends come and go. Some people come in for a season, some people come in for a lifetime. So now with this, like, some people gonna come in your life for a season, some people gonna come for a lifetime. Like, some people really gonna be here. Like, my middle school friends, I have been friends with my middle school friends since the 6th grade. Since we were like, what 12, 10. Now we're 25 and we're still together. Like, I'm seeing them on Saturday along with my college friends. Like, I'm excited. Okay, like, I love them. Like, I love them. Like, those, like, I love them so much. Like, even if we don't talk every day, sometimes we probably go like a month without speaking in the group chat. But guess what? Hit that chat. Hey, shit, I know what's going on. Hey, yo, it's just like back to like nothing. And those are the people that's gonna stay in life for a lifetime. Now, did I meet people along the way that I became friends with and then just like, oh, okay? Yeah, it happens. They teach you a lesson, you call it a day. Some people that you feel like you're gonna take into a lifetime with you don't even make the cut. And it's okay, because God said, no, this is not, he ain't supposed to be here. She ain't supposed to be here. They're supposed to teach you this, but I need you to continue to go. If you want to bring them along, I'll make sure that you slow down and not get to where you need to be, because they have no business being here with you. Yeah, he told me to tell you that. If they're always in a different friend group, something is wrong with them. We had okay, so I could say it's because in my friend group we had an extra friend. We had an extra friend, but we don't talk to her no more. But yeah, she be having different friends all the time. I'd be like, wow, like, you really the problem. Like, people who be in different circles really be the issue. Like, how do you have so much different friends? You have so much different circles. You don't have a distinct circle that you really mess with. You just all over the place. Those are the people you have to watch out for, because those are the people who be doing their friends wrong. You have friends in different categories for a reason. I repeat, you have friends in the different categories for a reason. Sometimes you got friends that you go shopping with. Sometimes you got friends that you go to the club with. Sometimes you got friends that you can vent to. Sometimes you get friends who you can't vent to because they too judgmental, but you still love them, and that's okay. Everybody got different friends for different reasons and different things. Now, we hate to admit it, but it really is the truth, because when you think about it, I mean, who's the one friend that does everything? Like, it's a lot to ask for one friend to do everything. So you have different friends for different reasons, and that is okay. That is okay. As long as you still show up for them when they show up for you, and vice versa, it's good. It's okay. And it's okay to admit that. But some people don't like to admit that because they feel like it's using. But everyone is put on this earth to be used, but not misused and not mistreated. Girl code don't exist to these other women because they don't have any morals. Okay? Some girls will sit here and sleep with the man that you slept with and call and be like, oh, we're friends, and do it behind your back. They have no morals. They have no morals, and they have no respect for themselves, because who does that? I would never. I'll tell you, the minute my friend said she kissed the guy, she liked the guy, he was ugly. He was the bottom of the barrel. He was the scum of the shoe. Like, it was it. It was over. Because, ew. Like, okay, you like, now that's disgusting, off limits. These girls don't have morals because they weren't raised on them. Some of them just don't have that. Like, you gotta remember who they came from. They mamas probably never had that. And it's not to throw no shade or nothing, but that's just really the truth. Like, it's just girl code to not do those things. But some women don't care. Some women crave for male attention and affection, and you have people like that, and those are the girls that you gotta keep out your circle. Those are the ones you can't be friends with. Boy hungry girls, worst friends to ever be with. Trust me, I've seen it with my own two eyes. One day, hopefully I could tell y'all the story, but like, I feel like it's too hot. Like, oh, it's too hot to tell y'all the story, but trust me, never. And I'm telling y'all things from when I first, like, I'm telling y'all these things from real life experience, like real life experience, like really, like here, like, whoo. Okay, when you start a business, when you start anything like a business, content creation, your friends are not going to support you the way you think they are. Okay, or listen, you would think your friends would be your first stand. Your first fans, like, yeah, girl, get it. No, strangers are going to support you way more than your friend. It's a hard pill to swallow, but as soon as the strangers start to support you more, it's like, yeah, my girl, that, no. Your friends are not going to support you the way that you think you are. There's going to be a handful that do support you off the rip, but there's going to be some that's like, okay, yeah, girl, they like you, but they won't share it. Like, it's just how the cookie crumble. And it's crazy because when I first like started my content creation, and I used to, like, I was looking up stuff, and a lot of people said that, like, your friends are not going to support you the way they think that you think they are. They're going to be strangers that are going to support you first, and everybody else is going to come along once they see that you're popping and you're really growing. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Don't keep up with the Joneses, keep up with yourself. Now, if you want to be in luxury all the time, luxury high-end brands and yada yada yada, and you want to buy those things, you can buy those things. Yes, baby, Affirm, Klarna, Afterpay, oh yeah, go ahead. But don't sit there and messing up your credit score because you want to keep up with everybody in the latest trend. Okay, and here's the secret for the people who don't know this in the fashion world. Those celebrities get paid to wear the brands. They get gifted to wear those brands. And I feel like y'all don't know that. So let me just spill the tea and spew it. They get paid and they get gifted to wear those things. Okay? For people like us to buy it off the rip. Yeah. So now that you're in debt, what you gonna do now? So I say this to say there's sex off Fifth Ave, you know, for me. But now also I'm hearing that some of the things that they be selling, I just saw a TikTok with a girl with some Bottegas that was in the real Bottega bag, but it wasn't real Bottega. I was like, oh, that's crazy. And she said she got it off of Saks Avenue. I was like, oh, but nowadays you never know what's real or fake because people are dripping and moving stuff around. So you might get caught with a replica dupe, baby. And you may not even know it. When people cheat on you, it's a reflection of themselves. It has nothing to do with you. Like, I wish I knew this from before, but when people cheat, it has nothing to do with you. It's a reflection of themselves. Like, people cheat for no reason. It's just who they are. It's a reflection of themselves. A lot of men cheat because they're womanizers and because they're insecure. And just because they have no morals, they always want to try to look for more. And when they find out there's no more, it's like, okay, damn, what else do I want? They're just never satisfied. But a man who's not going to cheat is a man who's sure of themselves, who knows what they want, and who is positive of who they are. And they literally sat there and did what they had to do for themselves to be at a point where they can give you the world and not got to worry about anything else. There's men out here who don't cheat. There really is, but you gotta just let them come to you. But there's men out here who don't cheat. A man who really wants you to make sure that everything is good with you, he's not gonna cheat on you. Okay, trust me. All right, own your confidence, y'all. Own your confidence. I'm now getting my confidence back after, you know, the situation with the abortion and everything. I'm getting my confidence back and I'm starting to feel back into a better feeling space. But just own your confidence. Own where you are in life right now, and everything will get better. Just talk to God and just own your experience. Own it. Like, literally own it. Everyone has trauma, right? So everybody needs to go to therapy. I'm tired of spewing that one. Trauma is going to dictate your life. Sometimes you'll wake up and be so angry about sometimes you'll wake up and be angry about things that's internal that you don't even know. So it's better for you to just go out there and get the therapy that you need to really sit there and work on yourself. Like, even do shadow work sometimes. Like, it's so important to do those things so you can become a better version of yourself, so you can let your old self go. But in order to let your old self go, you have to be ready to do that. So yeah. Now this, when it's dark and it's raining and it's cloudy and it's thundering in your life, and I'm using this in a figurative terms, when it gets like that, that means that there's something on the other side that is so bright. Okay, and you just have to have that hope and that trust and that faith in God. I can honestly say, like, the trust, hope, and faith in God right now is the only thing that is keeping me here. When I say keeping me here, I mean keeping me here on YouTube, keeping me with the content creation, keeping me going as far as I can go. That's the only thing that's keeping my drive, is the hope, trust, and faith in God. Because in reality, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I would have stopped content creation like 2 years ago and never looked back and just did a 9 to 5. But it's heavy on my heart to continue to do my content creation because it's something that I always wanted to do. Once I started seeing other people do it, I'm like, yeah, this is something that's gonna be perfect for me. I like doing stuff like this. This is like really, I'm really into this. As far as like, I also like criminal justice. Like, I have, you know, the left and the right brain. I'm sometimes more on my right side, which is the creative side. But yes, I do be on my left side, which is like my nerdy side. But I really love the right side of my brain real more than, like, I do. It's just me. But yeah, I would have stopped, but God kept telling me, Tiana, it's getting harder, but listen, I'm gonna keep putting this in your head because I need you to continue. There's something on the other side, so you just gotta continue to do what you really want to do, and don't let discouragement eat away and get at you. But those are the things that I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know that this video is probably like 25 minutes, 30. I hope it's not 30, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.